But for my own daughter's wedding, I was too tired to make the dress.
Are you a chemotherapy patient? Ask your doctor about Procrit. Procrit is a natural way to regain red blood cells lost during chemotherapy. And more red blood cells can mean more strength. Procrit is safe and effective. In studies, only diarrhea and edema occurred more often with Procrit than placebo. Procrit is for patients with non-myeloid cancers. Call now and learn how Procrit can help you get back the strength you need. Your strength for living.
In life, you take the bitter with the sweet. But I plan to end up with more sweet.
Well, what do they do now? New York Republicans determined to keep First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton out of the U.S. Senate are pondering their options tonight following Mayor Rudolph Giuliani's disclosure that he has cancer. But as CBS's Diana Olick reports, Giuliani was off and running as usual this morning.
With cancer in the headlines and speculation on the New York Senate race in the air, Mayor Rudy Giuliani pulled up to work at City Hall at 8 a.m.
I feel great. I mean, this is the kind of disease where you don't actually, at least in certain ways, you don't actually feel it. So I feel terrific. I have a lot of energy.
But even Giuliani had to admit he is not going full speed ahead.
What I expect is that I'll lighten it a little bit to give myself some time to meet with doctors, to talk to them, to make some decisions.
As the mayor weighs his future, political wheels are spinning the prospects of a backup candidate.
If Mayor Giuliani drops out of the race, it's almost certainly that Congressman Rick Lazio would take over as a Republican nominee.
Rick Lazio, a pro-choice four-term Republican congressman. Last fall, he reluctantly bowed out of the race, but in February said he is the better candidate, even if he's a relative unknown in New York and a nobody nationally.
You are not a celebrity.
Right.
How could you win against Hillary Clinton?
I think you've got to ask New Yorkers if they want entertainment or they want good government.
Some say a Lazio-Clinton matchup could be close, forcing the First Lady to drop the character bashing and campaign on the issues.
If this election is about Mrs. Clinton, she loses. If it's about Rudy Giuliani, he loses. So that a different candidate coming into the mix could completely change the nature of the race.
The trouble for any new candidate is this is the most expensive Senate race in history, and by law, Giuliani cannot transfer his money to another candidate. In fact, there's already talk that if Giuliani backs out, he'll save his $9 million campaign dollars and run for governor down the road. Diana Olick, CBS News, New York.
On the CBS Health Watch, a study 13 years in the making has found no link between cancer deaths in the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania area and the nuclear accident at nearby 3 Mile Island back in 1979. This University of Pittsburgh study is the longest so far, but researchers say it is important to keep tracking anyone who may have been exposed to radiation.
Are you or someone you care for increasingly forgetful, repeating questions, or having trouble finding words? When these problems increase gradually and interfere with daily life, it may not be normal aging. It could be Alzheimer's disease. There is no cure, but today there's help, including